Here we have the all-new 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 9. This one comes in the performance limited trim level, so we get that all-wheel drive capability, 422 horsepower there. This is the Ionosphere green, and then we have black H-Tex interior. So with an electric motor on each axle, we have a almost 111 kilowatt battery size, getting you up to 311 miles on a charge there. To the front fascia here, LED daytime running light bar right there, and then you have your LED headlamps down below. And just a really neat design here. They did a really cool job with this, like the EV9 from Kia. It's just one of those things that makes you turn your head. Down here, these are 21-inch alloy wheels, and I like the 21s here. They don't look too big on this platform, just the right size. We get passive keyless entry on the front. There's a door handle there, memory seat functions, one-touch up and down windows on the front, just regular power windows on the back, and then we have electronic child locks and rear window locks there. Power door lock controls, power folding side mirrors that do have blind spot monitors in them, and then you can choose the side to adjust right there. Bose sound system. There's the frunk release, and then we have the power lift gate in the back, traction control, electronic parking brake, and then your charging port right there. So if you do ever not have power, you can go behind here and actually just pull this up. There's a little cover there. You shouldn't ever need that, but just in case. So it's nice to know that they were thinking about everything. Power tilt, telescoping steering wheel. And then here's our power driver seat. We do have power thigh support there. And then we can also slide the seat forward or back. But really like the overall interior and just how adjustable everything is, especially for this not even to be the calligraphy. But I want to give a huge thanks to Hyundai of Cool Springs for allowing me to review this vehicle today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click on that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now, if you can't really see, this is 60% US Canadian parts, and it was built in America, so that's better than most American cars these days. But $73,515 is the MSRP, and again, 311 miles on a charge. But I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs, so we're gonna check out the leg room back here in the second row sitting behind myself. But one thing I want to admire is how big these doors are. Just very big in terms of the panel and everything. So it just makes the opening, it's really huge, honestly. So this seat is actually power. Now that's pretty neat. So one touch when it's folded flat, you can just push it back like that. Very cool. And now let's see my space back here. Yeah, that's crazy. So again, 6'3" with longer legs, having the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size. I feel like I'm in a Tahoe, and it's just crazy to feel this much space in a vehicle like this. Down here we get 3-stage heated cooled second row seats. Our auto AC controls are there. And then pretty big storage pocket in here. And even the opening for the second row is relatively big, I think, for the segment. But there are charging ports throughout, adjustability for the third row. And that's kind of what the third row looks like, flat as opposed to it up. And again, you get those same controls on both sides. AC vents are integrated in the roof there. You get 100-watt USB-C charge ports on either side. Then you can open this from the back to reach into that center console cubby space. We do get a power sunshade here, but that's what the roof is like without the sunshade. And I'm just, wow. And the ambient lighting looks fantastic as well. This is just so far very impressive. Now, you might be intrigued by the back end here. The LED tail lamps, they don't flash like that. That's just how my camera's picking them up, but Yeah, you'll definitely be able to see these brake lights when they come on. So as we open the lift gate to the back here, again, just really impressive behind the third row with it up. You still have a ton of space, but especially with the third row down, tons of room here. So 12 volt here, and then lift this up, hold this, and you can kind of adjust the lift gate there. Now over here, 3-prong 125 volt 15 amp plug-in. That's actually pretty impressive in terms of your power there. Could almost run a small air conditioner. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy what they've done with this thing. And the thing honestly looks like almost like a minivan, but it doesn't. And the design here is just very, very interesting. So to the rear passenger side, again, what's awesome about these seats is how adjustable they are. I mean, who needs a Maybach when you could do this in a Hyundai for a third of the price? And then you actually have 3 rows. Absolutely insane. And then to the front passenger seat, again, pretty much the same adjustability as the driver's side, 4-way power lumbar support and all that. What really intrigues me about this though is, like, imagine, because of just how EVs depreciate, if you try to get one of these in like a year or two, you're really getting something that has any feature that you could want, that you'd find in like one of these QX80s or something like that. You get it in here and then you probably get it for like 45, 50 grand. And the performance on these, like 0 to 60 in 5 seconds or something like that. But nice design choice here. Front electric motor is underneath here, but we still have space right in here to keep that from flying away. And the charging port and all that, or the charging cable and all that's in there. So that is so easy to open and shut. So yeah, that's impressive. And it was smart to not make it power. Just have the release work like that. And one thing I did not think about is where the charge port is on this. Let's see if we can find that. There it is. I thought I told it to open it, but. So there's a charge port there, and again, this is 350 watt. It's a DC ultra fast charge port from Hyundai, so. Yeah, this is just a crazy vehicle, just very intriguing. And I like doing these reviews where literally I found out about this thing like 2 days ago. Didn't do any research on it except for like 3 minutes before I started, because I just wanted to look at this from the average consumer's viewpoint. But I believe that's H-Tex, what this is wrapped in. Feels pretty good. There's the horn. Now over here to the radio, we do have the navigation system for audio. We have AM, FM, XM. We also get Bluetooth along with wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto compatibility. And it's funny how some manufacturers like GM are starting to take wireless CarPlay, Android Auto away, as Hyundai is just now starting to put it in everything. So seat controls are here. And there's really just so much you can do here. All of these different settings, it's insane. But EV settings are in here. Click that and activate battery conditioning. The smart regen, you can adjust that. And then the plug and charge, set that up as well. Go to the cluster here. You can decide what you want to show there. Just a ton of different things that you can configure. And then vehicle settings, all of that are in there. Backup cameras there, guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. And then your front camera right there. AC vents, I really like how they're integrated nice and sleek in that line there. Hazards, volume knob, click there to turn the media off. You can turn it back down. Track list of radio stations can go through there pretty easily, and then you can seek as well. Set up your favorites and whatnot, and you have shortcuts for the map, the settings, and all of that. Dual zone automatic climate controls are down here. These are all soft touch, so you can adjust the fan speed, the heated cooled seats, heated steering wheel, and then all of that there. I like that you can also just change that to rear. 3 USB-C ports here, 100 watt max for these, 12 volt, little storage pocket here. And then this is actually pretty interesting. So you have this knob you can use. So this goes to your drive modes: Eco, Normal, Sport, My Drive. And then watch the lights on the steering wheel change as you go through the drive mode. So I just think that's really neat. But then if you push it right here, you can go through your snow, mud, and sand drive modes as well, which is crazy to have in an EV like this. And I'd be very intrigued to test this out in a setting like that. Downhill brake controls there, automatic brake hold. There's your camera you can pull up on the fly, touch of a button. Then your parking sensors are there. And then this is your fingerprint scanner if you want to set that up. Now I'm going to show you something else that's pretty neat. So when I put my phone on this wireless charging pad here, you put it on there right, that would help. This will actually light up, letting you know that it's on the charger. So that's pretty neat. And then for your center console cubby space, lift that from the front. Really good space in there. Now your controls for the lights are here. And then you also have the SOS there, and the garage door transmitter here in the rear view mirror. But let's test out this roof. So that's how far it goes back with one touch. But there's a look at the back seat from up here. And I didn't even notice how nice those headrests look. Those look very luxurious in that second row. But there's a sunshade. Vanity mirror. Now back to the steering wheel itself. Blinkers are there, and then you have the curbside views that come up. High beams, you can flash. And then automatic wipers, one time off, auto, low, high. You can adjust that auto sensitivity here. And then your rear wipers here. Push back for that rear wiper fluid, pull up for the front. And then your shifter is right below here. So hit the brake, reverse, drive, and you kind of tap for neutral. Push button start is there. And you can hit this for park. Now if you do want to fool with the regenerative braking using the pedals, you can set the I pedal to max here. And then you can go all the way up to level 3, 2, 1, and then 0 with that one. Smart cruise can be turned on there, set the speed, lane centering assistant, gap adjust for that, and then you can use this to go through your sub menus in the gauge cluster, and then when applicable, you can use this scroll bar and then this kind of press it for an OK, and usually that's just a hold to reset something. But tire pressure monitors are there. Over here you have your second favorites button, Bluetooth button, voice recognition. Love this volume. Click that to mute, and then you can turn it back down. Go through your audio sources, and then track list of radio station presets here. So I mean, just a really, really loaded vehicle here. And again, this isn't even the top of the line on the Ioniq 9. But finally, here's our key fob with remote start. Now for the fun part, let's go ahead and take this 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 9 Performance out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Ioniq 9 here, have it in eco mode now. Of course, very quiet with it being an EV, but still has enough pickup to drive in everyday situations without having to put it into a different drive mode, in my opinion at least. And I just like how easy it is to maneuver with it being as large as it is on the inside here. There's tons of space, even for my bigger stature here. Tons of room for my hips, hands, headroom, everything. Now, right off the bat, just feeling a bit of a bounce in the vehicle itself as it hits bumps, but I mean, the ride itself is comfortable. It's just, it doesn't ride like a Mercedes, but that's what I'd expect from a vehicle like this. But just really easy to drive with the iPedal maxed out there. I'm gonna put the drive mode into sport. And the pedal is definitely much more touchy there. But I'm just getting it ready for it to get on the interstate. Yeah, I like the overall sound acoustics in here. It's very nice. Here we go. It's so quick. It's so quick. It just really gets going, and you just want to keep your foot in it. I'm gonna go down and exit. See if I can test out the cruise here with the lane centering. Now I want to give one more thanks to Hyundai of Cool Springs for allowing me to review this Ioniq 9 today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click on that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But just a quick lap there, it has so much power, and it really puts it down for it to only have, what, 422 horses? And obviously the torque numbers are more important, but this is a big vehicle. And it doesn't feel like it, but when it comes to space, when it comes to weight, it's a large vehicle, especially with that, what, 110 or so kilowatt hour battery pack. You have room for 7 in here. I mean, a lot of room for 7 in here. It just, it has quite a bit for the money. So with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 9 Performance in the limited trim level.